Good afternoon, everyone. The Commerce Shop is pleased to host today's webinar that is presented by RoundView. Topic today is how to identify and fix the top revenue killers on an e-commerce website.
All right.
My name is John Harris, and I am e-commerce and IT staffing specialist with the Commerce Shop. I work with CEOs, COOs, CIOs, and VPs of IT nationwide, identifying problems and matching people to cultures for the best combination of team fit and skill stack availability. We're pleased to also have Satish Kumar Marapan, who will introduce himself in a minute.
Hi, guys, everyone. Thanks for joining today's webinar. We are very happy to have you guys. I am one of the co-founders of Commerce Shop, and we worked on created a product called RoundView. It's an AI-based chatbot system, specially created for e-commerce companies. Would be happy to connect with you, discuss on how these things work. But yeah, that's about me. Thanks, John. Go ahead. Yeah, that's it, John. Go ahead. Next slide.
Okay. We're excited about the topics today. I think you'll get a lot of value from them. Start off with talking about the importance of maximizing e-commerce revenue, and then the impact of revenue killers. What are they and their impact? And then we'll go into some detail on the top revenue killers of an e-commerce site so that you'll completely understand those, and cover the solutions to the e-commerce revenue killers. How do we respond? And conclude with some Q&A. Before we get started, we're offering our webinar goodies. Please take advantage of this. We will provide a free conversion rate optimization audit and then revenue assessments. All you need to do is click on Claim Now and enter your contact information, and we'll reach out. Please note that this offer expires at 8 p.m. Eastern on the 29th. Hope you benefit from it. And what I'll do now is turn the program over to Satish, who's going to start off with the importance of maximizing revenue.
All right. Thanks, John. Thanks, everyone. We'd like to make it as a more interactive session than just a monologue. So we'd be happy to answer your questions. So don't feel we need to ask them at the end. So at any point of time, if you have any questions or any suggestions, we'd be happy to put that in the chat that is in the link on the Zoom link. So I would be happy to stop the webinar and answer them. So with that, we'll get started. I'll also be sharing you the link to get your free audit webinar kind of stuff. Like we will do a free audit to your site, which is specially we are giving it to our webinar attendees. This is something that none of the other registered users are going to get. Only the attendees are going to get it. It's an $2,000 worth of free webinar. We'd be happy to share you that by end of this presentation. So yeah, let me get started. So the first thing would be like the importance of maximizing your website revenue. I hope everybody is joined because of that. So the first thing, if you make your e-commerce site work better, that's the best option that you can bring to your business, because if you make your site optimized and that it can generate 3% to 5% conversion rate, and there is a way to bring traffic, that's the best way, because you don't need a salesperson. You're always going to get orders and repeat buyers are going to be there. So always the long-term effect of building an e-commerce site, driving a traffic, and making them convert on your website as a bigger impact. And also customers will be very loyal because you know their touch points. What are the frequent emails you should send them? What are the coupons you need to attract them? All these things you would be easily measuring them. So we'd be happy to have those kind of discussions in this presentation. But generally, it has a very long-term impact on your business if you make your e-commerce site optimized. So what are the revenue killers and its impact? So whatever that, when we call what revenue killers is, whatever that makes your e-commerce site not convert better, or that is not driving enough traffic to your site, or you're driving an irrelevant traffic to the site. All these are called revenue killers in our opinion. And these have a bigger impact on your business. Let's take like the first important impact is your conversion rate. Whenever you bring irrelevant traffic to your site, they are going to drop off on your site. And Google is giving more importance these days to people who are right now are highly engaged on your website. So if you have a low conversion rate, they will drop off. And similarly, your brand perception will also be getting diminished. And even if you take your acquisition cost, if you are losing the customers that you're acquiring today, you have to again acquire a new customer. So you will be increasing the cost of acquisition. And with Google and everybody is raising the ad per cost, you will be spending more money to acquire a customer. And also, your customers will not be satisfied if they are not getting enough importance. If your site is not optimized or any reasons, they will also be not happy with your products. So some of the top revenue killers that we thought we feel that could be affecting your revenue for an e-commerce site are definitely your poor UI and UX experience. And you take your checkout process is very complex, your site is loading slow, or your traffic that you are bringing to your site is very low, or the traffic is very not relevant to your business. And similarly, the trust or credibility is not there on the website, or there is no support or any customer service on your website. And the last one is the high shipping cost and long delivery times. These are the major revenue killers for an e-commerce site that we have identified. So we'll cover one by one and how you can fix these issues so that you could be aiming for the 3 to 5% of conversion rate, which all the business look for. So the first one is the poor UI UX. If you take into this, when someone comes to your site, the first impact that your site provides through the user experience is the most important one. So make sure that your site is pretty simple, very clean, and it is very interactive for your customers. They can easily navigate to the product they want, or they can search the products that they want pretty easily. It should be pretty clear for them. Most of the customers are coming to the e-commerce sites or might be tech savvy, or some people who are a little bit older generation. So it should be applicable to everyone. So they, depending upon the customer type that you're serving, make sure the UI and UX appeals to them and they are able to navigate and find the product and complete the checkout. And some of the poor designs are due to these things, like you try for unconventional navigation, or there is no visual appeal for your customers, or if you have a product page that is very complex, or the images are very blurry, or if you are using a design that is very outdated, that is something that was created in 2010, people don't spend or think your brand is something very um, uh, very attractive, or they're not thinking about they could bring uh, they don't will not have any good opinion about your brand or the website. So there is a very high chance those customers would be leaving the website. So our suggestion is to make these kind of menu pretty simple, make it pretty clear that your product page should be clear, the call to action should be clear, and create a trust signal on your product pages and in shipping information. All these things we would like to make your site better. So one of our client called Tooth Fairy, Shop Tooth Fairy, we optimize the product page, something similar to this. If you look into their navigation, it's pretty clear. They sell toys for Tooth Fairy. People who get their child's teeth fallen for the first time, they get this Tooth Fairy. We made an easier navigation system. The product pages are pretty clean with the clear highlights of what it is for them, with reviews, a clear call to action button. This is how a product page should look like. So, and also when you also trying to make your differences that is very appealing for your customers, you need to make it more pictorial instead of writing it everything in text. So this is one of another classic example where we took an product page content, and one of the important content is what's inside also included. We took that and made it as a pictorial images. So we saw a bigger engagement rate on this section after we made the change. So, and it obviously, if there is more engagement, there is always going to be a more conversion, which again going to drive more traffic revenue for your business. And this is another one where one of the section they had was feedback from customers, which without even telling what that is, they have put some videos. So we made a change there, here from our fairy letters or customer reviews, and customers were able to click and watch those videos after we made this change. So think from your customer standpoint, how they are going to navigate on your product page, how they are going to experience your product page and the materials that you're sharing to them. So if you think in those perspective, you can make these kind of changes on your design and your product pages and everything. This is one of the design that we took before we made a change on the mobile side. This is how they look right now. So in mobile, you don't need to take too much space to show all the images. Just put it in the scroll. People will know how to do the vertical, horizontal swipe and look into the other images. So what we have seen for this client specifically, after we made all these changes, their revenue increase jumped by 47%. Their conversion rate increased by 32%, and their orders count has been increased by 25%. So overall, the more number of people are able to buy from the site, they're able to easily navigate the products, they're easily able to check out from the page. The entire user journey on the website has been improved after this change. So any questions? Let me see my screen. All right. I'm not seeing any questions. So it would be great if you guys can put your questions on the chat whenever if you have any questions. So the next topic I would like to talk about is the checkout process. Many sites that we have seen are making it more complex. Like they want to collect all the information specifically, like the billing, shipping, the time for delivery. So many multi-checkout process they have, multi-step checkout process. We need to make sure that the checkout process is pretty simple, like how you see it in Amazon. Like most of them would have been made at least one purchase in Amazon. The once you made information, all these things available to Amazon, the next checkout would be pretty easy, and it will be very seamless. That's how a checkout process should be. So we always want the customers with simple clicks, they can make the purchase. Like for example, you can bring Apple Pay or Android Pay. So people don't need to enter their entire information. They can just enter their Apple ID and they can complete the checkout. So here is one of the common pitfalls we see on the checkout. One is when you ask the customers to enter the billing and shipping address and all these informations, You don't say which one is mandatory, which one is not mandatory. People would love to only fill out the mandatory information. They don't want to fill all the information. So make an red asterisk mark on all those mandatory fields. That's an important one. And similarly, if you take an important step is always implement and guest checkout for your customers, because they don't want to fill out the entire checkout process, register themselves to make a purchase. Make it as a guest checkout, or make it like an pay with Apple Pay or Shop Pay or Amazon Pay. So make it easy for the customers, and that will improve your conversion rates. The other one we also saw is uh, most of the sites don't have any security or credibility logos on the checkout page, like hey, free returns, or we are protected by PCI compliant, or pay with Apple Pay, something like that. You have to say that they can trust your brand, and you're secured. Everything is done on your site. So if those kinds of security logos or reassurance are placed on your checkout pages, that increases your conversion rate. People don't want to give the credit cards to a site that is not secure. So I would always try to have some kind of security logos on the checkout pages. The other important one is if you can add some real reviews from your customers on the checkout page, that again it would increase your conversion rates, because when someone is in the dilemma of whether this is the right decision or not, if there is a reassurance from other customers that they are happy in buying with you and they can do returns, the customer support team is great. If those kind of reviews are out there, people would be happy to complete the checkout. Yeah, I think that's what most of my topics on this, the second point. Any questions before we jump on to the website speed? All right, I don't see any questions. Let me move on to the other topic. So the next one is about the website loading speed. At least 1 in 3 customers drop off if your site loads more than 5 seconds. So it has website speed is one of the biggest revenue killers for an e-commerce site, for any site. If you take, nobody is going to sit for endlessly to make your site load and fill out the form. These days, customers are very sensitive. If your site is not loading properly in mobile or loading faster in mobile, they'll be exiting the page. So always make sure that your site loads in less than 2 seconds or 3 seconds. Not only your website, the entire pages on your website should, not only the home page, all the pages should be loading in less than 3 seconds. So I always think about this. If you have a slow website, the bounce rate will be high, because when a customer clicks on and is trying to land onto your home page or any other product pages, they will not wait for a longer time. So if they don't wait, there'll be highly bouncing rate. If you have an high bounce rate, that is also going to tell Google that this is not a valid website. So they're going to reduce your importance in Google search rankings. So always make sure this is one of the classic example in e-commerce, the average bounce rate should be. So if your bounce rate is more than this, you should seriously look into your website speed, why it is very high and everything. And if your website is loading slower, even if some customer joins or try to add an item to the cart, before he completes the checkout, which is at least 2-3 page, it will take, they'll lose the interest. And if they lose the interest, they would be exiting the website. So you will lose a lot of revenue through that. One of the classic example is a single second delay will at least impact 7% of conversions, and it will decrease the customer satisfactions too. And as I said, people will also abandon like even if they complete some process, adding the item to the cart, and if they even fill out the credit card, if still it is loading time, at any point of time, they'll be abandoning the website. So this is one of our tool we built internally called website audit tool, where you can actually test your site audit.TheCommerceShop. It's a free tool. Anybody can test on their website. They can enter your URL here, and you can test or how your site is performing in terms of Google page ranks, the time it takes. You have to enter like the time it takes to load the total average seconds in mobile, desktop, your the core web vital score, page speed score, all these things would be available on this screen. So it's a free tool. Always you'd be happy to test it for you guys, or you can test yourself how your site is loading. So this is one of the classic example I'm trying to load for you guys. It takes at least a couple of minutes to load. Let me share you guys the link. So guys, you can. This is the link for this product the page, this testing tool. So you could see the full report here. Like this site takes 23 seconds to load. The average site speed is 25 out of 100 in mobile. Similarly, if you take desktop, the average site speed is 9.4 seconds. The website speed score is 36 out of 100. So this kind of information is highly critical. If you have these kind of scores, there is a very high chance your SEO would be impacting, your conversions would be impacting. So it's highly important for you guys to fix these kind of issues. All right. Let me share. Any questions? I hope. So let me share my screen. So the next topic we wanted to cover is about the low traffic or irrelevant traffic to your website. So you make your site optimized, you make your site to be loading better design, all these things. But if you're having low traffic or qualified traffic to your site, there is always going to be a lack of conversions or lack of revenue. So we need to look into why if you take example of a low traffic, we need to identify what are the strategies you're following to bring traffic to your site. Do you do SEO? Are you doing any social media marketing? Are you doing any paid traffic through Google or Bing ads? Something what is doing that you're doing to drive traffic to your site. We need to look into that. If those activities are not generating any traffic to your site, we need to work on that. Similarly, you are getting a lot of traffic, a lot of referrals from everywhere. And if you're not able to convert them, we need to look into what's going on. Is this the right keyword that you're targeting? The keyword that you're ranking in SEO is of any intent? All these things we should look into it. So one of the major issues we see is you're not ranking for the right keywords in Google SEO. So you need to understand who's your target audience and what are the keywords they would be searching in Google, or what are the problems they would be searching in Google, for which if you're listed out there, then you should be look into those kind of things, whether you're looking right for the right keywords or ranking higher for the right keywords. The next one is the commercial. Like when you take Google searches, there is always going to be different kinds of users. One would be just like searching for information. The other would be the one who's looking for some commercial, like they're looking to buy. The third one will be definitely they'll be making a purchase. So people who are not looking to make a purchase, all they're looking for is informational. You cannot expect some conversion from them. But the second and third kind of users will be easily converted. All you have to do is find the high intent keywords that they will be searching and try to rank for it, or do any paid search there, or attract these kind of users through any social media. And if you do those kind of things, generally they will convert. If your website is loading fast and providing the real trust, they'll be converting. And the other one is failure to optimize paid traffic. This is another common issues we also saw with other clients. What we say, like generally, when people assume that if they optimize, give the feed to Google Merchant Center, it will be automatically optimized. It's not like that. Google will try to make sure that they drive more revenue for them. So they will not be make any strategies to optimize your actual traffic. So we highly recommend you to make an effort to optimize your Merchant Center feed, optimize your Google ads, Google Shopping ads, all these things, so that high intent keywords get most traffic, most visibility in Google, and they would be converting a lot on your website. So please do optimize your paid traffic channels. So yeah, that's more on this topic on driving more relevant traffic, or driving no traffic to your website. But if you're not driving any traffic, try to look into figure out a way that is possible for you guys. At least start with paid traffic, which is easily measurable, which you can do it immediately to get traffic to your site. And the next topic we also want to cover is the lack of trust and credibility. See, you can drive traffic, make your site optimized, loading faster, everything. But if your customers don't feel they can buy on your site, they will not be doing it. So you have to create some kind of a layer to create some kind of a trust. It could be like giving some referral, like reviews from your past customers, or you get certified from an agency that gives credibility logos to businesses. So something you should have on your website so that people can trust before they make a purchase. Make your customers the decision that they are making is risk free. And if you do that, generally people would be happy to make a purchase on your site. And so one of the classic example to make the site risk-free is give them a money-back guarantee. If they are going to make a purchase, they'll be always looking to make sure that they are able to get their money back if they make a purchase. So, because generally when you're on not meeting a person in meeting someone in person, and if you're making a purchase, it is highly recommended for you guys to make an risk-free for them, like giving them a money-back guarantee or those kind of things. The other important thing is not reducing the customer's risk by returns policy. Like give them an option, like they can return the product if they don't like in 30 days or 14 days, something like that, to make sure that they feel that they can do it, they can make a purchase, and at the back of their mind, they will be happy to come back to your site and complete the, or if they don't like it, they can return it. So try to provide those kind of things. And always provide customer reviews and ratings on your product pages. Try to show those reviews and customer testimonials across all your home page, product page. Make sure that the customer they're making a purchase, someone has already used the product and they gave the feedback. American customers are completely trained to read reviews and make a decision. So try to find a way to collect these kind of reviews. And once you collect these reviews, try to have that on your website and show it to your customers. So with that, trust and ratings would be is covered. So before we jump on to the other topic, would like to see if there is any questions. I see a questions from Ali that what are your tips to getting customer reviews? One of the important step would be to get platforms like Stamped or Yardpo. You can set an automated ways, like whenever a customer makes a purchase, after 10 days, send them a review request email, ask them to reply to that email, and if they reply with a review, give them a gift card or coupon code for the next purchase. So that way you win back them, and the next purchase they'll use the coupon code. Similarly, whenever they complete a purchase, show them a pop-up asking them to rate the site performance, and any feedback they wanted to do, they can do it on the page itself. So try to collect the reviews on page or after they make a purchase. Those are the best place, and there are tools to make this automated. And once you make it automated, try to bring that reviews directly into your product page, home page, and wherever you feel, even on the checkout page at the bottom, to show the customer reviews. Interesting. Good question. Any other questions? All right. All right. Let me jump on to the next topic. So the other important aspects, always customers would love to buy from an small vendors, like medium-sized business, is the customer service and support. Like if it is a commodity product, people generally will go and make a purchase on Amazon itself. But if there are some products that needs customization, or that is something they need to be handled by someone, they would be, those are the products people would be prefer to buy it from others than Amazon or other platforms. So for such kind of business, customer service and support is an important element. Try to provide the support and services as much as you could, so that you can make it at least self-serve these kind of questions. People would read the responses or take the actions by themselves. So even customers would prefer the self-service by any means, but your platform should be eligible to do those kind of things. So one important aspect is returns. Always try to have some return management system on your website, so that when someone is making a purchase, they can, if they wanted to return, they can come back to your product page, and or even to your website, they can easily find the customers where to return all these things pretty easily, and they can do it, and they can print the labels, and they can do it seamlessly. So always do the return process seamless for your customers, and always have this kind of a live chat and chatbot opinions. Like make sure they can self-serve themselves. For example, they want to check the order status, or they want any questions about the order delivery dates or FAQs. All these things, give that as a self-service option. And if still they have any questions, they could need to be connect to a live agent by some means. So always make sure that you have these kind of options to your customers. And the order tracking. Most of the customer support questions we saw for customers is they get this, hey, where is my order? What is the status of my order? So give them an option. They can check the order status pretty easily. So they can enter the order ID, get the see the real order status in real time. So give that kind of self-serving options to your customers. And you can add as many support kind of materials, all these things for your, on your website. And with that, we'll jump on to the next topic of high shipping cost on long delivery times. Any questions? Do you guys have any questions? All right. So the next topic is all about the online shoppers. In today's market, people would love to hear the high shipping cost and long delivery time. Like they wanted the shipping to be free, and they wanted to be with Amazon Prime in place. They wanted to be delivered in 1 or 2 days. So always think in those lines. That's what the expectation of the customer is. So if you're going to give that as an high shipping cost, make sure that you do a justification for that to your customers, or you can combine with Amazon Prime. They can deliver the items for you at a price. So make an appeal to your customers that shipping is not something that is exorbitant, and don't try to make a margin out of the shipping cost. So always make the shipping zones, shipping cost. You do the analysis which carrier can make the shipping price affordable for everyone, which one is the most best option for your customers. Always think about that and implement it for your customers. And try to reduce the weight and dimensions of the package so that you can make the shipping absolutely as cost effective as possible. Think for the benefit of customers, make sure that they get this package at a lesser price at a faster time. So try to think on those lines too. And you can try the buy with Prime option, which Amazon has opened up with everyone. So anybody can right now add buy with Prime button on the product pages. So Amazon will deliver the products for the Prime customers in 1 or 2 days, and you have to just pay the shipping cost to Amazon, and you will still get the checkout the customer information. So buy with Prime is a bigger benefit for many small customers. They can deliver the Prime options to all your customers right now. So I believe these are the major topics we feel that something is missing out in the e-commerce companies these days that are clear revenue killers. So we would like to fix these kind of issues. So if you look into our solutions, basically our solution is to fix all these top revenue killers and fix them. For example, the first step, always make an your site to be optimized to load in less than 2 seconds. Identify what is the slow issues for the slowness, and make sure that you have a site that is having a clean navigation, high quality images, and having a visual, a clear call to action buttons for your website. So all these things you can do. This is our first step. Similarly, make sure that your checkout process is optimized. Make sure that it is very minimal with all these pay now options like Apple Pay or Android Pay, Shop Pay. All these things should be there, and make the checkout process like very transparent with a clear shipping price, with clear shipping time. All these things. And similarly, the other important step is find what is the right keyword for your business and see whether you are doing it properly, whether those keywords are optimized, or you generating enough quality backlinks for your website, whether you are getting optimizing your paid traffic, all these things you are doing it. So try to identify the ways to improve traffic, optimize your traffic, all these things. Our team will also, as a marketing services, also would be happy to do a free audit for you guys on these topics. And as we said, try to add the trust on your payment gateway, payment pages, showcase your reviews and testimonials to your customers, add some videos about user-generated videos on the product page, all these things for your website. And the next step would be always put a better customer support, add a live chat, make it self-serving options, implement the chatbots, or some means they could self-serve them even if you're not there. try to have those kind of things and have a CRM system in place so that you collect all these feedback from your customers. And the last one is website security and performance. Invest your time on the website security and site speed. Make sure the SSL certificate, two-step verifications, all these things are in place. That's highly critical for any business these days. All right. I think these are the major solutions we see. Depending upon the issue that you're currently facing, if you're having a checkout issue, then the focus should be on optimizing your checkout pages. If you're on the design itself is not fully optimized, then we need to work on redesigning the pages like your home page, product page, search page, and checkout pages. All right. So we are on the final stage about this topic. So as a recap, the first thing that always we need to look into is make sure that your site is design optimized. Make sure that the images and the product descriptions are pretty clear. You create a trust on your website and drive relevant traffic to your site. All these things are critical. So with that, if you look into it, there are so many solutions available to fix these kind of issues that you identify. So we'd be always happy to help you with that. So our team can help you in redesigning the pages or optimizing.
Thanks, mate.
So we'd be happy to help you with those things. And if you have any questions, feel free to send us an email. We'd be sending you this webinar content along with registration link for a free site audit. It is completely free for you guys for next. You can sign up in next 24 hours. I'll be sharing you this link here on this presentation. So you'll be able to complete the registration at any point of time. If you have any questions, please feel. So here is the link. So always try to sign up for this. We'd be happy to help you on your website conversions or what are the issues that is affecting your revenue on your e-commerce site. So any questions for you guys? All right. Thank you guys. Thanks for time. Thanks for joining in. We'll send you the recorded webinar video along with this presentations by tomorrow. But feel free to send us an email at TheCommerceShop to get on feedback about your website performance and your holiday readiness and everything. Thank you guys. Have a great day. Bye.
Thanks so much. See you next time.